Have you ever felt powerless against greed and oppression? Today we'll explore the inspiring tale of a man who used patience, perseverance, and a single seed to ignite a revolution that changed everything.
There was once a valley scorched by two things, the sun and a man's greed. The sun at least left at dusk. But the man, Landlord Ranjit, stayed long after every good thing had withered under his name. He did not own the land, not originally. But by the time our story begins, he owned every home, every tree, every well, every silence. And more than anything else, he owned fear. You see, Ranjit had a simple rule. No one farms without paying, and no one eats without farming for him. In this parched land, his barns were always full, his granaries tall, casting shadows that looked like mockery over empty homes. And then one night, one man tried to steal from him. But what he stole wasn't grain, wasn't gold, wasn't anything that seemed worth stealing at all. He stole seeds. It was past midnight when the guards dragged the thief to the landlord's courtyard. A skinny man, dust-covered, barefoot, and in his hands, a cloth bag, worn and clutched to his chest like a dying child. They snatched it from him, poured its contents out. Only seeds, hundreds of them, dry, lifeless, ordinary. Ranjit laughed. You risked death? For this? The man didn't flinch, didn't beg, didn't cry. I wasn't stealing, he said quietly. I was borrowing. The guards laughed. Ranjit did not. He stepped forward, face twisted. From me? Borrowing? The man nodded. To grow, Ranjit hissed. Nothing grows here. Nothing grows without me. Then let me try, said the man, eyes steady. A silence fell. No one had spoken like that to Ranjit in years, not even his own sons. His name was Jora. No one knew much about him, only that he had returned to the village after 10 long years, 10 years away, 10 years where no one wrote his name, 10 years during which the rains never came, and 10 years in which Ranjit's control turned from iron right to stone. Jora had left a young boy, returned a quiet man. They said his parents had died waiting for him, that his home was taken for debt, that his past was as empty as his pockets. But Jora returned not to reclaim, not to beg. He returned with a single mission, to plant again. Ranjit didn't have time for poetry. He believed in three things: profit, punishment, and power that never apologizes. He ordered Jora whipped, not for theft, but for insolence. Then he did something no one expected. He gave Jora the seeds, but with one condition. You say you want to grow, fine. I give you 1 acre of my worst land, no water, no tools, 1 season. If nothing grows, you leave this village forever. If anything grows, you still leave. But with your back unbroken. Jora didn't smile. He simply nodded. The crowd dispersed. Most whispered he was a fool. A few said he was brave, but one old woman, blind and forgotten, whispered, he is not planting seeds, he is planting time. The land was a graveyard, cracked earth, bitter wind, soil that hadn't tasted kindness in years. And yet every morning Jora came. No tools, just his hands. He dug with fingers that bled. He fetched water from a well 2 miles away, 1 pot at a time. He spoke to the soil. He wept quietly into it. Children watched from a distance. Some mocked, some mimicked. The guards laughed too, until one of them noticed something. The soil was changing. By the 3rd week, tiny green threads rose like defiance from the ground. By the 6th week, stalks. By the 8th, whispers began. Ranjit heard the rumors, that something had grown where nothing should. He rode out to see it with his own eyes. There, in the middle of a cursed field, was color, life, movement. Jora stood there quietly. He didn't bow, didn't speak, only offered a bowl of soft grain. Ranjit stared at it, then threw it to the dirt. You proved your point. Now leave. Jora looked at the stalks behind him. They're not just mine, he said. They belong to the earth now. No, Ranjit growled. They belong to me. That night it rained for the first time in 5 years. Not across the kingdom, just over that single field. Thunder rolled, the wind danced, and the villagers woke not from lightning, but laughter. Jora was laughing, soaked, muddy, arms wide as if embracing the sky itself. The guards tried to drag him out, but the villagers stopped them. The silence that fear had planted for years finally cracked. Ranjit summoned the elders, declared that Jora had broken his contract, that the field was his. The elders, for the first time, hesitated. Jora stood, holding a single grain. "Take it, if you must," he said. "But know this, the seed that grows once, grows again, not because of power, not because of land, but because of faith." No sword was raised, no fire lit. But within a week, 20 villagers asked for seeds. Jora gave them freely. Within a month, fields that were once barren sang with new color. Ranjit tried everything: threats, bribes, bans. But hunger is a chain, and once broken, it cannot be worn again. One by one, homes stopped paying. Ranjit's granaries overflowed, not with harvest but with unsold pride. He rode again to Jora's field, found it empty. Just a tree now, planted in the center. Under it, a small wooden sign. What you plant with fear dies. What you plant with hope feeds generations. Years passed. Children who once mocked now teach their own to plant. Elders tell stories of the man who stole seeds not to eat, but to grow. And in the center of the village, there stands a statue, not of Ranjit the landlord, but of a nameless farmer holding out a grain. They don't call him thief anymore, they call him the one who returned life. Sometimes the boldest act is not to take what's yours, but to give what isn't. Not to break systems with violence, but to plant a seed so deep that even tyranny cannot reach it. Because seeds, like truth, cannot be buried forever. And the hands that steal to grow are not thieves, they are sowers of freedom.
If this story inspired you to believe in the power of hope, give us a thumbs up. Share your thoughts in the comments about how you've overcome challenges in your life, and don't forget to share this video with someone who needs a little encouragement today.